Greetings, everyone. I hope you see him right up there among the trees, branches. And there's another one. Two more. Every morning I come out to water this plant. And as soon as they hear the door open, the birds start coming. But anyway, today, no sunshine. The sun, it will be sunny later, but we're getting close to the rainy season now, it appears. And it is cool. I mean, the temperature feels like about 65, 70 degrees. Very cool outside. So I wake up to this situation in the morning. Mangoes. There's some pumpkins running around. Some beans in the garden, bok choy. But anyway, more mangoes. See this? Most of Africa is like this now. The wars have almost ended. But guess what's happening? The wars that used to be fought in Africa for no purpose has now moved to the backyards of the people who used to deliberately start the wars here. But the funny thing is, some of them, most of them, all of them, because they all move on one accord. See, China learned that. But we're not talking about China. They all move on one accord. Even though they might fight each other. If this war ends in the next 6 months, they're gonna find a way to move back to Africa and start the war here. But this time, it will be a different war, because what's happening is that they're trying to draw Africa into the war that they started in fighting each other. And most Africans are not falling for it. Wow, hear the sounds of the birds. Most Africans are not falling for the trick this time. The problem is the African leaders. most of them did not do anything for their people before the war started, and now they have an opportunity. They're still not doing anything. Everywhere around the world, there's food rationing. And if Africa doesn't be careful, it's going to come to this place. I would urge all Africans, do not pick up a weapon to join either side. What we should be preparing to do now is strengthen our own country, our own country, our own land. Every state in Africa, from Libya all the way to South Africa, and from Gambia all the way to Yemen and the Horn of Africa, should be building. And I'm not talking about building weapons. I'm talking about building coalitions with each other, building trade routes, building roads that connect each other, building rails, so that when this war ends and they need to rebuild their country, we will be selling the resources that we have, not the iron from the ground, but the products made from that iron to rebuild it. We're not going to be going there to rebuild their land like we did in the 50s after that last war, and then end up being subject of deportation like we are seeing with the Windrush in England and other deportations like Poland and Ukraine. You're seeing how they actually feel about you with this war. You're seeing it. I mean, they're broadcasting it on the TV, have no compunction. If you don't know what the word of compunction means, better look it up. They have no compunction broadcasting how we are saving people with blue eyes and long hair, straight hair, blonde hair, but putting people from Africa in detention camps. We're not saving everybody. And Africans are crying, why are we not being saved? You're not even paying attention to what's going on. If you were paying attention to what's going on, you would know why nobody is coming to save you. It's time to stop the crying. Nobody's giving us vaccines. It's time to stop the crying. Europe is not coming to invest in Africa. Akofo, you have people in Ghana who have the money to build Ghana. You have people in the diaspora who have the money to build Ghana. Stop crying to Europe. Zambia. When you invite when you invite the enemy into your house, you gotta expect it to be destroyed. I'm not going to talk about every state in Africa. Just those two are, I mean, Rwanda. I'm surprised by Rwanda. Serious. Let England deal with their problem alone. You cannot help them. They are trying to throw, they never do good for you. They're throwing garbage into your yard and you're accepting it. You're trying to paint a picture, a rose. You're trying to paint a picture of a rose to the world. But guess what? Rose has thorns. Have you seen your cat ever tried climbing through a rose bush? Think about it. Have you ever seen your dog trying to climb through a rose bush? Why are you putting your people into a rose bush? Now, like I said, I hope Africans everywhere are watching you in Brazil. Watch carefully how they feel about you. I've been to Brazil and I see it myself. You got black Brazilians down there saying, I'm not, well, I'm a little bit light skinned. That's not what they see when they look at you. No. This is the time to build in the chaos. If you watch what China did since 1990, China didn't say a word when America invaded Iran, Iraq. What they did was they speeded up their transformation. Russia didn't do anything when America invaded the Middle East. What they did was they speeded up their transformation. They rebuilt their countries. Go back and look at the history. Go back and look at the story. Watch what China did. While America was fighting all over the planet, China was building trade routes all the way into Europe. And when they got to Germany and Italy, and when Italy signed on, that's when America, Barack Obama, the one who was supposed to, the savior of black people around the world, we were celebrating. Didn't do anything for you. Nothing at all. Not one thing. What he did was bring the wickedness that he grew up around and with and is involved in into Africa. Tried to make the African governments change their laws so they would accept his people, him and his people. They didn't do anything. When they realized what China was doing, it's too late. China already expanded throughout the world, built an alternate state to what they had in place. Russia built an alternate state to what they had in place. If you look at the history of what they did to one of their own, when Gorbachev signed the agreement with one Reagan, America and England and France, Germany, they moved into Russia and stripped Russia of everything it had. All its oil wealth and everything. When Putin came into power, he started to reverse it. Build Russia for Russia. In the middle of a war that America and Europe were fighting. America and Europe are fighting another war. Africans, you better build Africa so that when they're finished fighting that war and they try to turn on you, you'll be prepared, just like how when they tried to turn on Russia, Russia was prepared. You gotta look at these things in a logical manner. There is no love. Just because one or two of you go to Europe and marry somebody with pink skin doesn't mean that they love you. And you're seeing it now. That pink skin lady is being accepted in Poland while you are getting held at the border and put in internment camps. You better watch what's going on. Listen. See it for yourself. Anyway, I promise to start doing this, these little rants, since February. It's May now. And when I woke up this morning, my mind said, hey, you better start pointing the way in this direction, because it seems like nobody's doing it. You know, you got people making vlogs about how beautiful Africa is, and it is beautiful. You got people doing blogs about people building, and there are people building. But it's not happening. It's happening like one person's doing something that's going to benefit him and a few other people, not governments building states. You need roads all over Africa, connecting every state. Communication system, I mean, goodness, it's such poor state. Ethiopia tried to build a dam that's going to provide power for West African nation, East African nation, and you see what the European and American tried to do with Ethiopia. They tried to break up Ethiopia. So you have no love. They don't want you to rise up. So you got to take the opportunity now while they are distracted. And they're not totally distracted. The only thing now they can do is watch. If you see what they did to the Solomon Islands, go back and look at what's happening. China signed a deal with Solomon Islands, and immediately America declared war on China. Do you understand? What America said is a declaration of war over a little black nation called Solomon Islands. There's an island off the coast of Africa, of Australia. All black people, all of them. The last one was put in a zoo. You guys got to remember this history. Why is it not being taught? Why? Must be a solution. Before the destruction. If you listen to Marley, that's what he said. He said it looked like total destruction before a solution. He's talking about Africa. Get your solution together. All right. Enough of my rant. I hope you're enjoying your day wherever you are. Don't let what I say get you down. What I'm talking to you is about positive things. Don't look at this as being negative. This is like a dad sitting down and talk to you and say, son, look, I want you to build your business. Don't go to work for this fool over here who's going to rob you. He doesn't like you. That's why he's using your labor. He's taking the one great thing that you have, your talent, your mind. He's taking it from you for nothing. Build your own business. Today, I'm talking to you like your dad. Information is never negative. Never negative. Don't let anybody fool you. You listen to the news and you say, oh, it's so bad. It's talking about. Nope. It's not negative. Somebody is looking at that and say, I got a solution for that problem. A year later, they're billionaires. China and Africa. Every Chinese that comes to this country open up a business. Every Lebanese comes to this country open up a business. Indian, Turkey, I mean, they're all leaving billionaires. Their families are coming to live in Africa because they're moving from places, and those places where they are poor. Some of them can't even write. I know. I run into them daily. They come to Africa and become billionaires. Stop taking advantage of one another in Africa. Stop treating the poor as though their lives are not valued. Don't let it be destruction before solution. All right. Hope you're enjoying your day. As I was saying, peace.